Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to the very first video of 2016. I know, right? It's the very 1st of January, so before we talk about anything else, I wanted to all wish you a very happy new year. Wherever you're located, wherever you are, it should be 2016 by the time this video is live. Now, a lot of people use the beginning of a new year to sort of reflect on the previous year and to decide what the plans are going to be for the upcoming year. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video. I want to be talking about what I basically have been doing on the YouTube channel over the last year or so. And maybe you only joined recently, or maybe you joined back in 2008 when I started this YouTube channel and uploaded RuneScape videos. But I want to be talking about what has been going on in the previous year, what has basically, happened in the last couple months, and what I plan on doing in the upcoming year and the next couple of months as well. Now, first off, one major change that has happened in this last year, and that's one of the things that I've been working for a very long amount of time, and I wanted to thank you all for that, is actually that I'm now able to call this whole LowkoTV my full-time job. I mean, I've always spent a lot of time and a lot of effort into making content for you guys, but financially speaking, it never really was something that I could consider doing for a full-time living. And obviously I always knew that would be something that I could potentially do in the future, but it never really gotten to that point until about a half year or so ago. So as you may have already guessed, I am definitely gonna continue creating content for the upcoming year as well. I don't have any other plans to really do anything else, obviously, since I can now actually spend a lot more time on this and not really worry so much about having to do like the web design stuff that I was doing previously as well. I can now actually fully dedicate myself to creating the best content that I can possibly produce, and that's exactly what I plan on doing in the upcoming year as well. Now, I know a lot of you are interested in certain numbers as well, so I figured I will share some of them with you. I'm not gonna talk about income or anything like that, but subscriber-wise, a year ago in January, we're actually right below 40,000. I believe we were right around 39,000 subscribers, and at the time of making this video we are at 115,000. So I believe back in May or so, or in March, I don't actually remember exactly when, but I finally reached the goal of 50,000 subscribers and actually didn't anticipate on making 100k until like, maybe a year later in March of 2016. But hey, we got there about a month ago, and the channel is growing extremely rapidly, especially as of late. Now, all videos combined are currently generating just under 3 million views a month, and in combination with Twitch is definitely over 3 million total views every single month, which is an insane amount when you think about it. But back last year in January, it was right around 750,000. So across the board, 2015 has been a huge year of growth for me personally. So thank you all very much for being here. You guys are freaking awesome. So I'm gonna just keep on doing what I have been doing, what I love doing, in the best possible way that I can do so. And I think one of the things that I also want to be focusing on is more and more travel. Last year I've gone to Gamescom, I've gone to BlizzCon, I've gone to DreamHack and a couple other places as well. I would definitely like to continue this trend and, just vlog all the way there obviously as well. Share this content with you guys and just sort of, get the news directly to you if you're interested in the upcoming games and the things that have been happening in the gaming industry. And I actually already have one secret plan lined up again for the end of January, but I'm not 100% certain if I can tell you about that. But you'll see it in the vlogs. Now, I am definitely a person that works from plans. I always try and write down everything that I'm gonna do for the day and for the week and for the month, and now I've also done so for the year. And I want to be able to try and aim for 250,000 subscribers in December 2016 and to have right around 5 million monthly views at that time as well. And I think that is a reasonable goal, especially considering how fast the channel has been growing, especially as of late. Now, obviously, this may not be happening and maybe I'm way off, maybe it's gonna be way smaller or maybe way bigger, I don't know. But I'm just gonna keep on doing, and I have a goal in mind of what I would really like to achieve. Now, obviously, that is just YouTube that we're talking about. I also do plan on live streaming every single day over at twitch.tv. Well, I say every single day, usually I try and take the Sundays off. So if you've never checked out the live stream before, you're interested in checking it out, maybe again in the future, check the Twitch link down below the live stream. I try and just play whatever game I find most enjoyable, which I'll be honest is most of the time gonna be StarCraft 2. Absolutely love playing that game even 5 years down the line. And speaking of StarCraft 2, this is one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot. Like I already said, I absolutely love playing the game, but since Legacy of the Void has been released, it is a little bit of a risk for me to focus solely on StarCraft 2, right? As you may guess, obviously the game is at a bit of a popularity spike right now that Legacy of the Void came out, but it's obviously gonna drop down a little, and that is cool. There's always gonna be, you know, viewers out there for StarCraft 2, and I definitely will keep on continuing, you know, the content for that stuff as well, just because I personally love making it. It's by far my favorite game personally. But I also gotta think of the future. Now, knowing that there's not really gonna be any more major releases such as Legacy of the Void, and knowing that there's still gonna be smaller releases as well, such as like the Ghost missions that they have announced and whatnot, I am gonna have to shift focus at least a little bit to other games as well. Now, the one game that I think has a ton of potential and that I actually enjoyed playing a lot is Overwatch. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm gonna switch all of my attention from StarCraft to Overwatch, but you definitely will see more of like a focus on different games as well, just because it's very hard for me to say where StarCraft is gonna be, not just a year down the line, but let's say 4 years down the line. I do plan on creating, you know, content for a long time, and if I put all of my effort into one game, it's sort of a risk. So I'm just really telling you, just to be 100% clear to all of you, I definitely will be continuing the StarCraft content, but I likely will also shift focus slowly but surely to some other games as well that I personally enjoy playing. However, maybe I find something else that is incredible. I've heard a lot of great games that should be coming out in 2016, but as far as anticipated games go, I would say Overwatch is way up there for me personally. Now, I did go ahead and ask on Twitter and Facebook a whole lot of questions to you guys as well, and I've answered most of those questions already, but the one thing that kept coming back is collaborations. There's a lot of people asking whether or not I plan on collaborating and making content together with like other people on YouTube or other people on Twitch. And I do actually have a couple of those lined up. Now, I'm not really gonna be able to tell you very many names, but if there's anyone in particular, especially on YouTube, that you would like to see me make content with, let me know down below the like button in the comment section of this video, and I will try my very best to reach out to that person and maybe make some awesome content in the upcoming year. Now, if you're gonna say someone like PewDiePie, I mean, that's kind of a difficult one to do a collab with. But in general, if you have someone that has like a relatively similarly sized YouTube channel and someone you really would like to see me work together with, just let me know. Maybe I can figure something out. So yeah, if I have to sum up 2015 in one word, I would say it's progress. We've been making a ton of progress. I think the video quality has gone up a lot. The content quality has gone up a lot as well. And just in general, we've made a lot of progress, not just viewer-wise and not just like subscriber-wise, but just the sheer amount of feedback that I've been getting from you guys and the positivity that I've been receiving from you guys is absolutely incredible. Now, obviously, there's always gonna be a couple of sour apples, right? There's always gonna be a couple of sour apples in the bunch that try and ruin my days. The haters are gonna be there, but they don't really bother me all too much. So whether you have been around for a couple of days or whether you've been around for years and years and years, thank you for being here. You guys are freaking awesome. And I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.